How we are. Back at it again with another video, YouTube episode. It's your guy, Steven UKT80, man. We back, we live at it with another episode of today's topic. Make sure you like, subscribe, shut up for a fellow relative, brother, sister, cousin, things of that nature. You know the very much things of that nature. Let's dive right into it. Today we're going to discuss about the attractive man's game again. Y'all love this topic. Let's break it down today on why attractive men are avoiding the working woman, the corporate working woman, the high status, whatever degree types of woman that you may think that men would want. But let me tell you something. Let me break it down real quick. Aside from everything that a working woman, corporate woman that's a boss chick, got their own, don't need no man vibe. Not necessarily don't need no man, but they don't say it like that, but they act like that, towards their actions, towards everything they're achieving, which is good. I congratulate you. Your dad's probably happy, and the way you probably treat men is based on you. You know what I'm saying? And what tends to be shown is, what's statistically been shown is, women who have their degrees, women who are career-oriented, women who are more, ahead of the game, head of the field, tend to lack in the femininity side. You know what I'm saying? They tend to lack when it comes down to play roles, when it comes down to play their certain role in the family, dynamic, things of that nature, because of what they feel like they're doing in the working world is going to subside that and make them in a more masculine frame. And the only thing that's doing for you guys is pushing you away from the high value masculine men out here, or even the normal working class blue collar men out here who are really trying, who are really busting their butt, who are really trying to get a wife. And he who finds a wife finds a good thing, as we know in the Bible mentions, you know what I'm saying? And when you out here trying to vet a woman, trying to look and just try to see that, you tend to just go towards where the feminine women reside. And it doesn't matter where they work at. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. There's an old saying. A king, let me break it down. A king can find a woman working at McDonald's and make her a queen. But a queen would never look at a broke man's way. I don't even have to say where he works. Just look at a broke man's way. And that's very true. A lot of girls gonna be like, no, I stayed with my man and building him up and stuck with. Okay, but how did you respect him? Did you respect him every time when he was trying to get up on his feet? Did you treat him the same way you treated him when you first met him? Not only when you figured out that he was going through some things and had to, do you still have that same strong love for him in the relationship? Or do you still, act like you're the superior just because you're, a high working class corporate woman, and you think that you call the shots, you think that you are more masculine, you think that you have a bigger say-so because you're more successful than your partner? You know what I'm saying? So all those come back to haunt the working class woman, and these are why most attractive men are avoiding them, because we just want peace, man. And to be said, we don't really care what a career woman has, like what they do in their career. Like, not to throw shade on what they do. Yeah, we respect what they do, but that's not what we look at when we're looking for a woman. If anything, that's what they look at for us when searching a man. They look at what we do. They look at how we carry ourselves. They look at what we're going to do to provide for the family. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I'm saying. It's going to make a female more masculine when she's looking for her career first instead of being able to provide and have a family. It's going to hurt her when she's more career oriented and she's not really trying to, have kids in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not saying every woman must have kids, but it's in their biological DNA to reproduce kids from us. You know what I'm saying? So as much as they want to say that they don't want to have kids, as much as they say they don't want to cook, clean, do all that feminine stuff, not only cook, clean, there's more feminine stuff out there, but I'm just throwing you guys the basic ones that we all know used across these platforms. You know, if they keep stringing away from that, they keep going away from that, what our grandparents, great-grandparents were doing way before all this new age social media stuff, it's just going to cause a great divide amongst the relationship and dynamics. You know what I'm saying? And you see who leads the divorce polls right now. Studies show about 70 to 80% of women divorce men. Why is that? It's because men who go after these corporate women, go after these women, high-level jobs, degrees, status, all that, which is fine to a certain extent, tend to get to a trouble of conflict when one doesn't play their role in the relationship or the dynamics. You know what I'm saying? And of course, a woman must follow a man that's really leading, a man that's providing, of course, for his family and taking care and trying his best. But when a woman is in a working world, in a corporate world, and is reporting to a male boss every day and is feeling high level in that job and is doing more masculine manly roles in a job, first of all, women weren't really designed to work, created to work. Let me rephrase that. Women were raised and created to sit back at home, take care of the family, make sure everything's good with the kids. When the husband comes home, comfort him, comfort his needs, make him a meal here and there, make sure the house is well kept, make sure the house is smelling good, and sit back and play her part in being feminine, respectful. And the man will see that and will want to provide, will want to take care of you, will want to pay all the bills, will want to, be able to take you here and there because of all the qualities that I named that she's showing. But the dynamic is so messed up nowadays. So messed up nowadays. And you're going to be like, Steve, but what if she wants to work? That's perfect. That's fine as well. But a woman is a helpmate. Your wife should be a helpmate. It's in the Bible. It's in the scripture. Your woman is your helpmate. So if she wants to work as well, contribute. Not saying she has to, but if she does, that's a wonderful woman that you have. So if you're with a woman that's like that, try to keep her as long as you can. Try to make it work. But it's very slim out here who are moving like that. Very slim. Moving on. Another reason why attractive men are avoiding the corporate working woman in the working world is because they get too full of themselves. How can I rephrase that? Can't play their roles. Piggybacking on the first example. It's like, all right, look at this. So when a man is doing what he's supposed to do, taking care, providing, going to work every day, getting up, providing for the family, taking his kid to school, waking his kids up to go to school, signing his kids up for all these types of basketball events, courses, classes, he don't need no congrats. It's like mandatory. It's like, okay, wow, you did that. Okay, congrats, dad. You know what I'm saying? The man gets no love for doing what is supposed to be done by default. But as of now, it's hard nowadays to do the things I named for a father to do those things. But when a man does that, still doesn't get no congrats, okay? But when a woman does all these things, she's celebrated. She's congrats. She's all this. Oh, you're a strong, independent black woman. You're a strong, independent woman. Yes, yes. You're a strong this, that. You're a strong that, this. Getting all those applause, getting all those congrats, getting all those motivational, reasoning in all ways to continue doing those things. That can cause them to, like I said, where's my towel? Where's my towel? You give them this, and they go like this. They go like this. And eventually it's going to be too late by the time they try to look for a husband. By the time they try to look for a spouse. By the time they try to look for a quote-unquote boyfriend. Because it's already in their DNA that they're too masculine to be able to get into their feminine side. You're going to be like, but Steve, a real man can put a girl in her feminine era, her soft girl era. Man, get out of here with that. It's supposed to be in her already. She's supposed to be feminine already, and we work with that. You're not supposed to make a woman feminine. You're not her dad. You're not you're not her caretaker, bro. She's supposed to love herself to be able to put that, because she knows that in general, she's gonna need that to be able to succeed in a marriage. These are why the divorce rates are high, because people don't know their roles. Not saying men are perfect. Not saying we're perfect at all. But for the most part, most men know their roles. Most men know that they have to take care of the house. Most men know that they have to do this. And they don't need no congrats. They don't need no celebration. But on the other hand, when a woman is doing that, she tends to disrespect her spouse because she feels like she's the head. She feels like she's doing something. She feels like she's giving you a favor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying with the dynamic? And it's not the same, because we don't need no congrats. We're a man. We're supposed to do that. And that's why she oversteps her boundary, because that's not her role. So when you're doing something that is not your role, you don't know how far you're going to go in doing destruction when you think you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? That's really deep for some of y'all to know. And for the single parent household, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly our communities who go through this, sadly. And I always tell you guys, there's really no such thing as race. But for the surface level of things, you know, for the black community, the women in our community tend to knock down and talk down on the men to the kids. And the only thing that's doing is pushing them away from their fathers. But little do them kids know is that probably wasn't the only problem here. Dad probably wasn't the one who was doing all this to cause this separation. Dad was probably trying to do his best. But, because the reasons I named, she got out of her feminine nature. She tried to play the male nature role. Now look, single family household rates are going up. I think for all races as well. So, these are very important topics to touch on, you know. And us attracting men, we don't have time. We don't care about a woman's career, all that stuff, because their money is not really our money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they provided for us, so be it. But we're not expecting that, because every day we got to get up and get it regardless. We have to provide value in our lives as an attracting young man trying to work on himself to be able to attain resources to live the life we want. We can't just sit down and expect something to come and save us. We're not women. We're not females. We can't just open up a camera, show our behind, show our tatas, and get money from it online and not have to put in hard work, not have to put in, you know, several hours, 50 hours, 60, 70 hours. You know what I'm saying? We're not the same. That's why God made men and women to come together. And although I'm breaking down the point why we're not getting closer to the woman of the corporate side, of the business working, degree status like woman, we're still supposed to be together. But these are causing the divides. We don't know our roles. You know what I'm saying? Back to the point. And when you have this dynamic, you know, the separation gets larger. The kids can't be able to lock in. And it's just a disaster, man. It's just a disaster, man. And I mentor so many adults as well. I have this 42-year-old adult reached out to me saying, oh, man, I watched one of your videos. I'm just going through a divorce. He reached out to me on a 1v1 consultation. We was talking. He said, bro, the one thing you said was very true. I divorced my woman. We got through a divorce because my woman started to lose respect for me. And I said, wow. I said, okay, dude, not to try to dim your light or anything more. Like, were you really providing? Were you really doing anything to, you know, keep the relationship afloat? Were you really playing your part? Were you still being masculine? He said, yeah, I was doing everything spiritually, mentally. But when it came to some financially, I always was at the top of my job. I was doing this. But once I lost my job, everything went down. And she had to take over for a little bit. She had to file for a lot of stuff. She tried to get food stamps, couldn't get it. She tried to do all this, so she had to work extra hours. And I was still looking for a job, but I was working here and there. And She started to lose respect for me, and 6 months turned into 8 months, and 8 months turned into 9 months, and I was providing unstable income, and all of a sudden she lost respect for me and filed for divorce. See what I'm saying? In the other shoe, a man is not really going to leave a man is not going to leave a woman, especially if he loves her, because she's struggling financially. Nah. Because when we really love a woman, we really love that woman. We're going to want to take care of that woman because of the things she provides that are not monetary. We're not the same. I don't think some of y'all following me here. But if you're following me, keep listening. Because I'm about to give y'all some game. Like I said, monetary. Because we look for, is she respectful? Screw love. Does she respect me before she loves me? Let me put y'all onto some game, my females, on how you can get you a high-level husband. Are you taking care of the house? Whatever your living situation is. Are you preparing for your future kids, the person that they want to look up to when you're not around? Are you guarding your eyes on what you see, on what you hear? Because you know what? Scripture time. In the Garden of Eden, the serpent came to Eve. The serpent came to Eve, itching ears, Eve, to deceive her to go to the only tree they weren't supposed to go to. Are you following me here? So this is how important a woman is in a man's life. And this is why they say you must pick the right woman in your life or your life will be destroyed. Because if somebody can come into your relationship and ruin the dynamics of your relationship, the serpent will somehow be able to itch the ear of your spouse like they did for Eve to make her bear the wrong fruit, to make her eat the wrong fruit. You know what I'm saying? To make her leave you when you're working and getting on your feet. To make her try to leave you while you have something on the back end, but she doesn't see it yet. But you're building, you're connecting, you're trying to make it work. The serpent is like, nah, he's not going to do it, girl. Leave him. You know, I know you have kids with him, right? But believe him. Look at all these social media. There's more guys you can choose from. You don't need to be with him so you can be successful and have a good life. Leave the man that you started this family with and go have your fun life. And that's deception. That's the enemy. This scripture time. Somewhere in the scripture it says you shall not divorce. Man and woman should not divorce each other. It's in the scripture. I know for sure. Quote me on it. There should be no divorce in marriage. But what do we see? Divorce rates. Things of that nature, man. Hey, we're cooking today, man. It's deep. It's very deep, man. And it's 2025. You know, ain't no time for the goody feeling stuff. It's time for the real stuff, man. And I'm tired of seeing my grown men going through this and not knowing the root cause of it. You know what I'm saying? A woman will leave because you're not financially stable. Point blank, period. Not saying all, but most will. And it's not really a problem. But because that's in their DNA for you to be able to provide for them. But the problem lies when the disrespect comes in. The problem lies when the loyalness doesn't reside. The problem lies when the lies come in. The problem lies when you're not fully transparent with your partner, regardless of you not having the monetary finances to support. Because that can come. That can come overnight. That can come in a week. So when you get it, are you going to be happy? Or are you still going to be sad? You see what I'm saying? So all these things go before monetary purposes in a relationship. And with the business working corporate women, they don't understand that because they're going to work. They're getting a salary like a man does. They're getting all this. And congrats, equal opportunity, equal rights for women. Yes. But there's a reason why they made it a law. There's a reason why they passed that law. Equal opportunities for women to work. Do all this. And there's a reason why that was not a thing before. Because that wasn't their role. Are you following me here? It's deeper than the surface level of the things we see. Before we were born, women wasn't allowed to work at certain places because of the reasons I'm naming. They were in the house. taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, taking care of the laundry, doing all types of necessities. So when the man comes home after killing the animal, providing the food to be able to feed the family, everybody can enjoy the meal. And everybody's playing their roles. But in this new age of 2025 social media era, it's deceiving. The itching ears deceiving. The eyes we're seeing is deceiving a lot of us to something that's not even true. To something that's just an illusion online. To something we're just seeing. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you vet your woman when you're trying to get in a serious relationship. And as long as the woman is showing you qualities of respect, loyalty, love, communication, not embarrassing you behind your back when you're not there, not being sneaky, that's probably the woman for you. That's probably the woman for you. And I don't have to say the other side of that. I'm gone. Y'all have a blessed day, man.